Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're here for The Dangers in My Heart, Season 2, Episode 5. Last episode was another peak episode in the line of utterly peak episodes, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, as we continue our trek throughout Season 2. Last episode was the Valentine's episode, which was really, really good. From what I've been told, it was actually a compilation of a bunch of Valentine stories that over the years that the story had been being published, at every Valentine's, the author would drop a Valentine's Day special, and so they kind of compiled all those Valentine's Day specials into one episode, and I think they did it flawlessly. I didn't really feel like anything was out of place or anything like that. It really felt like everything was leading up to that final moment between YAMADA and Ichikawa, where they hugged it out again the same way they did in episode 2. Overall, it was just a beautiful, beautiful peak episode, and I'm excited to get into more peak as we continue throughout Season 2. I'm not sure where we're going from here. I really have no idea. I guess White Day would be next, so maybe it's Ichikawa's turn, and that's what we'll see throughout the events of this episode. I really have no idea. Per usual, feel free to check out the Patreon and Discord links in the description for both of those. The Discord, we talk about any shows. We talk very heavily about this show in particular. We talk about Solo Leveling, Free Run, whatever you can imagine. We have an overall great time in there. And as far as the Patreon goes, it's typical reaction Patreon stuff, uncuts of all my reactions, some exclusives, and you can get ahead on some other series as well. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and hop straight into The Dangers in My Heart Season 2, Episode 5. I'm not gonna let it do it today. I'm not gonna let it do it. It almost got me a little emotional there. I'm not gonna let it, okay? It's not happening today. I don't know why last week this OP hit me like a truck, and it almost did it again. That chorus kicks in, and just the beautiful visuals, it hits the soul every time. It almost got me emotional again there too. Like I was just on the brink.
腕も治ったから塾と山田が早退する日以外は歩こうかと。いつも一緒にいてくれるってこと？
I mean, I basically already am.
山田は芸能人。何かあってからでは遅いのだ。
You don't think so?
これはうどん札。
My test I got a 52 on. There is no organization in this backpack at all. She can't find what she's trying to find because she just stuffs all her stuff in there. Alt prayer aisle. What the? Oh. What, did she get 2 tickets? She totally got 2 tickets and is trying to bring him along. So, is what she's saying here that the star of this movie is from the same agency that she's in, so she's going to see like oh, okay, the movie's almost out of theaters, so she's going to watch the movie before it is fully removed from theaters, and she's clearly trying to bring Ichikawa along with her. No. Hmm? What is happening right now? Oh my god! This goofy girl, oh my god. She's too sly for her own good, man. She's too sly for her own good. She made him wear the cardigan, one, so she could get pictures of him wearing her jacket. That's the first thing she did there. Then she also did it so she could reach around him to reach in the pocket, so she could give him a little mini hug like that. She did that, and then also she left the ticket in her cardigan pocket on purpose, so she could be like, oh, here's that other ticket that I was looking for. This girl is too damn smart, man. Too damn smart. AKA, you're going on a movie day with me. Wait. I love how manga guy kicked in and was like, what do you want? What do you want, Ichikawa? And so he was just gonna let her walk by and not say a single damn thing and just take the ticket and be all like, don't, that's not what this means. But what the Do you want it to be Ichikawa? God, I love it. I love the development. It's so good. Oh my god! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh my god. Ichikawa! Before it was all unintentional Chad, and now it's just every move that he makes is so goddamn— well, let's not say every move, he's still very awkward sometimes, but everything he says and does is so smooth. He was gonna say, wanna go to the move, but then he was like, no, can I go with you? After she gave him the ticket. She basically had already invited him by giving him the other ticket, but he just confirmed it there through his own words and portrayed his own feelings of what he wants to do. Instead of just letting Yamada lead him on, like how she typically does, she kind of leads him on and he kind of just follows whatever she's doing. He told her that, he essentially just told her, I want to go to this movie with you. Like, he straight up told her what he wants, which is just such a beautiful character growth. Oh my god. I think Ichikawa is just a schizophrenic. Something bad? No, this is great. This is great. It's like we just skipped a few grades. Out here like this, like we're high schoolers. Stealth mode. Interesting subtitle translation there. He said shinobi mode, but they translated it to stealth mode. Or does shinobi mean stealth? Is shinobi like a direct— because I know shinobi is like clans of like ninjas and stuff, so I don't know, or like, isn't shinobi the word for like ninja? So I was thinking that maybe it's a direct translation, but that doesn't make any sense because shinobi is like the direct translation for ninja. It's like a Japanese ninja, essentially. So I don't think that's the direct translation there. Why is Kana here? Why is she here? That is a date, Ichikawa. Sounds like a yes to me. Oh my god, now Yamada's dragging him inside. What? Yeah, you chew on that thought. Yeah, that was an interesting comeback there. I think it's okay to wear a uniform on a date as an adult too. Both Yamada and Ichikawa essentially confirmed that this is in fact a date. That both of them confirmed to Kana that this is basically a date. And I also like how Yamada went inside so they could talk to Kana, but she's also kind of like backing off as well and giving them their alone time. Uh-oh. Yeah, the boss seems kind of angry. That is actually strong commitment. What the hell? Oh, she noticed the button up. She noticed one button being undone. Yeah, what? You picked this place, but it's not your favorite? Man, this date is just going so well already. It's faux hard. What? What was that translation? It's faux hard? Don't you mean it's so hot? I mean, I know it's like she's jumbling her words so it sounds like something else, but in what world does hot translate to hard? That's not how that works. You got these working men next to us there. So he's never, like, been to his parents' work or anything? Because, I mean, if his sister is the first person he's seen, like, close to him working at a job, I guess that means he's never seen his parents at work. Is this an invitation to see her? Wow! You get to see her do her modeling work. Wow! Yeah. Oh, look at how happy she is. You do it. I gotta say, the voice actor and voice actress for Yamada and Ichikawa kill it. They managed to portray that feeling of awkwardness so well. Like, that's not easily done, but they, like, do it perfectly. Like, Yamada's little stutter, they're like, go ahead. Like, that's not easy to do in voice acting. It's not easy to stutter, to make stutter sound natural and, like, make awkwardness sound natural. Usually it sounds extremely forced in situations like this, but these two do it, like, perfection, and you can really just it really feels like they're both dealing with these situations for the first time in their lives, so they're awkwardly navigating the situation. Like, the voice actors and voice actresses do a phenomenal job in this show at portraying those, and then also, of course, in like emotional moments in the show as well, they portray those emotional moments extremely well too. Like, they do a phenomenal job overall. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, I don't want to get this whole scene again because it was adorable how Ichikawa was talking about how it's the first time he'd ever seen somebody close to him like hard at work, seeing his sister like work her job here. I don't know if it's part-time or a full-time job, whatever it may be, working at her job here. And then Yamada, hearing him say that, invites him out to see her at work. She was so excited for him to blow that off. Oh, now that you've cooled it off, now you gotta feed it to her. And Kana's standing right there behind him, gonna watch this happen. Now you've officially fed Yamada. Oh. Oh my god, no! I thought it was like her boss. I thought it was like her boss, but it's a trainee. It's a trainee who's bossing her around. Oh no. They serve Yamada size. This is absolutely a date, Ichikawa. Wait, yeah, why? I guess we'll have to find out why she switched seats like that. I don't know if it's maybe like a custom in Japan. If the girl sits on the left side of the guy, it means like a romance thing. I don't know. That could just be a total... That's a shot in the dark that is more than likely wrong. And I'm hoping we'll figure out why exactly she did that here in a second. I fall asleep watching them. Oh! Your character isn't in the book, though. Oh, wow. I'm sure that's what this is for. I'm sure. I wonder if this, like, contemplation phase here... I wonder if this contemplation... Is that the word? I don't know. That is the word. Contemplation. This contemplation phase here she's got going on. I really wonder if she was considering inviting Ichikawa out for a second to Hiroshima to, shoot for this movie. I really wonder if she was considering that for a second, but didn't do it because, like... Going for a week, like, obviously his family would have to come, there's no way he can go just for a week by himself. So I wonder if she kind of just ended up rejecting the idea in her head or something. Or maybe not. Maybe there's something else in her mind. You can never really tell what she's thinking about. But then also, her redirecting the conversation there that this movie is practice for her, well, not practice for her, this movie is for her to analyze acting better. I'm sure that's why they're here. Yeah, study acting, that's what she said. Okay, maybe she actually does just really like this actress. I could be wrong about that, but I agree with Ichikawa there. The way she was just like talking super fast all of a sudden really feels like she was just getting passionate about this voice actress that she loves. Also, something I realized is that the reason she switched seats with him was not some like dumb Japanese custom like I was saying. I was wrong about that. It's because she couldn't see him. She couldn't see his eye because his hair was covering his eye. Like, that's why she switched seats, because she was on the right side of him where his hair is covering his eye, so she literally could not see his face. So she switched seats with him so that she could see him. Okay. Like, I figured that out when I was trimming back through it, because I've had some issues with what I'm watching it on. When I was re-skimming through the scene, that's why she moved. I got it now. When it comes to her work, it's hard to describe. Neo Werewolf Last Final 2. Oh! Oh my god! He... Who died super early on! Oh no! Wow. My man scrolled through the entire movie, and he said he has issues with falling asleep during movies. He would fall asleep, wake up, scroll back to where he was so he could catch the exact moment that she came on screen, even if it was super early on, because she dies early on. Even if that's the case, he scrolled through every little bit of the movie to make sure he found her. I'm pretty sure that clip is from the opening. He's wearing that same outfit, he's got the headphones on. I'm pretty sure it's from the opening that he's watching that movie on his laptop. I might be wrong about that, but there is a clip of him that kind of looks similar to that. Oh! Oh, it's a kiss scene. Oh my god, she is into this scene. Wow. And scared by it. Oh no! It was a sad movie. What's the move here, Ichikawa? Ah, girl, you didn't see his face when the kiss scene came on. My man put his hands up to his face and hit the embarrassed look. About stuff I like. Whoa! Even still seeing her rave about things I'll never know is a beauty to behold. Okay, Ichikawa the poet, god damn, dropping bars here. And also this soundtrack that's kicking in. This show is so good with the soundtracks. I feel like I especially notice the soundtracks in this show more than like any other show I watch, because this show, the soundtracks are so prominent and they really feel like they grip you into the scene, like you're there with the characters. You got this like beautiful backing soundtrack in the emotional scenes, and there's soundtracks for other scenes as well that are really damn good too. Just overall, the sound work for this show is incredible. It's really damn good. Anyway, I want to get that whole thing again all the way back in the movie, because he was saying Yamada... Let's see exactly what he said. Yamada sees the world through different eyes. And then he says, but even so, if that's a world I'm never gonna see... Well, I keep forgetting the actual quotes that he's saying. Yamada sees the world through different eyes. I'm always reminded of that fact, but even still... And then Ichikawa says, even still, seeing her rave about things I'll never know is a beauty to behold. He's finding out that he really, really likes hearing her talk about all these things that he's never experienced and maybe will never experience himself, but he can experience these things through her, and he's finding out that he just loves hearing her talk about her hobbies, talk about her interests, because that's not something we've ever really seen Yamada do up until this point. I mean, of course, she herself talks a lot, but she's never really been in a situation like this where she's raving about these things that she clearly is so passionate about. And Ichikawa's finding out that he really, really likes hearing her talk about these things, even if it's so drastically different from what he's used to or will ever experience, or maybe it's out of his league for things that he's maybe truthfully interested in. Hearing it come from her makes it way more interesting than it maybe would have ever been for him before that. Ooh! And the way she was apologizing there, like, sorry, I've been talking about everything that I like all day, and then he's like, I want to know more about you. Don't stop. I want to hear more about you. Ah, it's so damn good. No, the characters are playing Shiritori, a word. Yeah, okay. I've heard of Shiritori before. Whoever uses a word that ends in an N loses. That's right. Shiritori. I'm pretty sure the show that introduced me to this game was No Game No Life, where they had like the extreme Shiritori, where like whatever word they said would be materialized. That show is a bop that needs to get a season 2, but. The Shiritori, I found that game from No Game No Life, which is interesting. But yeah, that, man, Yamada putting her finger to her lips there. Outside of work too, she found out something else she might want to do. What? What? Mercy? Come on now, she clearly said thank you, which doesn't end with an N. Weird subtitle there.
負けた
I guess that is kind of a hard game to subtitle realistically when you're talking like Japanese. It'd be kind of difficult to subtitle that. I get it, but putting Mercy when she clearly said thank you doesn't even end in an N, so she wouldn't lose even if you just subtitled thank you. It's just weird subtitling. Uh-oh. She waking up late and...
変じゃない
Oh, he's going to the magazine shoot!
早っ
Oh my god, yeah, he is up so early.
山田の仕事見学
8 a.m. at Ebisu tomorrow, okay? You up, I'm proud. Just got to Ebisu. I'm proud.
文学
I'm nervous, she says.
言ったのか
Let's hope nothing bad happens here.
差し入れってよく聞く
Oh, he's getting a little work gift. Nah, she'll love it, man. It'll motivate her to do better at work.
する作戦が
But there's no crowd. There's no crowd to blend in with. Oh, look at her. Oh my god, my man hid.
山田の仕事はこういう世界
This is what her modeling work entails.
山田もその中の一人
I'm guessing as long as he kind of watches from the sidelines, that's more what Yamada wants, so he doesn't, like, accidentally interfere with something going on with her work. So he's just gonna kind of watch from the sidelines. They got her some food.
急にこれまでのことおまま
This is from the ending. This scene right here is from the ending. I love manga guys too. He's just in the dumbest position. The dumbest of dumbest positions. He looks like I guess Chainsaw Man spoilers. Not really, because I'm not giving any context, but if you would consider this a spoiler, I'd skip ahead like 10-20 seconds. He looks like I guess this would be spoilers. So Chainsaw Man spoilers if you haven't read Chainsaw Man. He looks like Denji he looks like Pochita at the very last fight against Makima when he's standing on the goddamn when he's standing on the railing. Or was it a grave? I think he was standing on like one of the crosses coming out of a grave. Like his two he looks like that. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, spoilers over. Doesn't matter. Yeah, no, it has everything to do with you now. Well, that's the wrong thing to say. It doesn't have everything to do with him, but it involves him now because of his close relationship with the main model in question.
俺の思いは本気じゃない
Are your feelings my feelings? Just play. Oh. Man, Ichikawa having a schizophrenic episode about to tell Yamada to go away on accident. Oh. He bagged it up.
トイレ行くって言ってきたから
Wow, she took her bathroom break to come over here and talk to you.
ごめんねあんまり楽しくないよねだろ仕事はそうかな
She wanted him to enjoy it though.
いろんな習い事全然うまくならなくてこのお仕事もそうで私なんかより
Oh, wow.
辛くて正直なんで続けてるんだろうっても市川が気づかせてくれ仕事
Stop! I was literally I was like on the verge of saying when she said you made me see if they weren't gonna cut back to this, I was gonna say they're referencing this scene where Ichikawa praised her work and was like, you like what you do. And he basically, she's saying, you made me see. He helped her realize that she really does love it. Like, that's what he helped her realize by saying that. Wow. That's so good. Another beautiful callback to another episode. I like how that's been a big focus of this season. A lot of the moments that happened throughout season 1 or very early season 2 are being consistently called back to now. In season 1, it was one of those things where it was like, I didn't know if they were ever gonna like reference old scenes to like develop the characters because they just hadn't done that throughout the entirety of season 1, and now they're doing it scene after scene after episode. They're referencing old scenes that are helping these characters grow more, and especially helping Yamada grow because in the first season we never really saw what she was thinking. But now that Ichikawa and her are a lot closer, are a lot closer. She's sharing these feelings with him that we never got to see about scenes that happened earlier in season 1. I think it's a really, really good way to show what Yamada was feeling in these scenes, maybe in ways that we didn't understand before. Like here, I just took this as she was happy that he was complimenting her work, saying you like what you do. But in reality, the reason she reacted the way she did is because it helped her realize, because like she said, she was on the verge of quitting again with this job because of all those insecurities and doubts she talked about just a few seconds ago. But he helped her realize that this is something she loves doing. God, I love that. That's so good. Oh, it's time for her to go back. Oh my god, this soundtrack. This soundtrack is so pretty. Why does this hurt so much? This soundtrack! Oh my god! If that's all she was. Oh my god, and they're just holding hands. Oh, f me. That hit. That shit hit. What's so funny is the other day in the Discord, we were having a conversation about the soundtracks of this show. Earlier this week, I'm not even joking, earlier this week, we were having conversations about the soundtracks for this show in the Discord, and we talked about how that soundtrack that they just played was only played in episode 1 of season 1 and was never played again. And yet somehow in this episode it just happens to play for that beautiful scene there. God, man, that's so good. That is so damn good. All of that, everything he said there, mwah, chef's kiss. So good. I'm gonna go get that whole scene again. Damn. So why does this hurt so much? Is it maybe a situation of like, she's so, maybe he's feeling inadequate to her or something? I'm not quite sure like what is paining him about seeing her working. Maybe it's like, I mean, I guess that's really the only thing I could see in that situation. I apologize if I'm misunderstanding, but I'm not quite getting what exactly, Yamada's happy so I should be too. That goddamn, oh god, what's the instrument called? The, like, very big, it's not a cello, is it? Whatever it is that makes that very deep strumming harmony kicking in at this scene is so beautiful. Like, I'm torn between the idea that maybe he's, like, feeling inadequate to her, like, she is so professional and she's in her job and whatever, all of this piling up, whatever it may be. But then it's also like maybe he's just like, I don't know, maybe seeing how far ahead she is of him. Like, I'm not quite sure I'm getting exactly what he's struggling with in this situation. If she doesn't go back, if she skips work, if she gets fired, if she was to return to being a regular student. See, that's where my thing of like, I can't tell if it's him wishing she could come back on and be on the same level as him, because like she's so professional at her work and she's like gonna be in a movie, like all this stuff where she's very far ahead than per se he is. Because then he realizes like if she was to go back to being a normal high school student, or not high school, middle school student, like a normal school student, he says, I wouldn't have fallen for her like that. I wouldn't have fallen for her like this. If she was anything other than what she is right now, then he wouldn't have fallen for her. But you guys are gonna have to clarify what exactly he's thinking in this scene, because I maybe it's the subtitling that's throwing me off, but I don't think I'm quite linking up with exactly what he's feeling here. Maybe he'll delve more into it as we continue the episode, so we'll see if that's the case. And then he dragged her back. If she did, if that's all she was. Oh my god. Those eye details there. Oy. Oh! She yoinked him back. Nope. Oh my god, the eye detail on this character is pretty damn intimidating, to say the least, with like the spiral looking eyes. But the way Yamada grabbed his hand, she was not about to let him go. Yeah. Oh my god. She's mentioned him before. Strike Promotions Talent Division. Wait. Was he about to try to get Ichikawa to model? The way he leaned in like that? And Yamada had to put a stop to that real quick. Well, it looks like Ichikawa is here now. What? Why are you two so curious? Okay. Oh. This girl was in the trailer, I believe. Why is she eyeing down Yamada? Okay, that's much different than what I was expecting, honestly. Much different. Ah, so they got them modeling together here. Yeah, okay. I think I was right in what I was saying earlier. Oh! So Yamada is talking about Ichikawa a lot. Yeah. I wonder if that's something that's holding him back too. He thought they were dating! Oh, here comes the Karte. Oh, he said her name! I want to know. Wow. Oh my god. That's why it hurts. Damn, she can't get the words out. Not at all. Oh! Oh! God damn, man. God damn. I gotta watch the ED. You can't go an episode without watching the ED for this show. It's a crime. A damn crime. You guys were saying this is gonna be the weakest episode? Yeah, right. Weak my ass. The growth for Ichikawa in this episode was so damn good. Which obviously I'm gonna talk about once I get through the ED a little more. There's another scene in the ED down. We've got two more. So, it seems like I might have been right on the money in my assumption in saying about Ichikawa kind of feeling inferior to her. Yeah, like, it's like the director said, you have a inferiority complex with Yamada. I think that's kind of what he was battling with earlier. Like he said, it's painful. Let me get the exact quote. He said, like, when they were on the train here, "I hate how much of a child I am. That's why it hurts." Like, that is that inferiority complex, like the manager had told him earlier when he was talking about, essentially, from what I have gathered, you are free to correct me if I'm wrong. From what I have gathered, it seems like Ichikawa feels inadequate. It's like I said earlier, he feels inadequate. It's a big inferiority complex because Yamada is so much more grown up and, like, she lives in this bigger world where she's a model and does all this more, like, grown-up job stuff. And, so Ichikawa feels like he's being kind of left behind, but then he kind of resolved himself there at the tree when she ran up to him and said, if Yamada was anything other than what she is right now, I wouldn't have fallen for her like this. Because then when it cut back to that scene, let's see, this right here, this was back from like episode 3 or 4 of season 1, when she got hit in the face with the basketball and was crying about her work while sitting in Chi's lap. He's basically saying, ever since that moment, I have wanted to know more about her, more mature outlook on life and more mature lifestyle in that her modeling work and all of this other stuff. And there's clearly no reason for him to feel inferior whatsoever. As the manager says, she talks about you all the time. You're her pride and joy. And it's just so good. So good. But I don't know if he's over that inferiority complex yet. I think the manager was right on the money in saying that he has an inferiority complex in that he feels inadequate to her. I think the manager was right on the money with saying that. Because even at the end, Ichikawa says, it hurts because I hate how much of a child I am. That's why it hurts, because he feels like he's way behind her. Overall, I think this was a fantastic episode, and the soundtrack kicking in whenever he started running off with her to drag her back to work. So good, and realizing that if she wasn't the way she was, he would not have fallen for her. I think he would have fallen for her, but not in the same way. I think that's the whole point of that scene. Oh man, such a good episode. That's really all I can say is that this was a peak episode. Honestly, I kind of want to go back and watch, like, just to be 1000% certain, I want to go back and kind of rewatch all of this, but maybe I'll do that off camera and talk about it more next episode, because I've already been recording for forever. So, as I said in the initial recording, I was going to go back and watch all the scenes again, and I have. I've gone back through them. This is post-recording bluest here. I have gone through the scenes again, and I want to portray my feelings about these scenes better, because I feel like in the heat of the moment I was kind of jumbled on where my thoughts were at, but essentially the bare bones, what this scene comes down to is Ichikawa feels inferior to Yamada. He talked about it the whole episode about how he's very conflicted because he feels inferior. He feels childish compared to her. He feels that her outlook on everything is way more mature, more adult-like than he ever thinks he can be, if at least for the time being. He feels inferior because of that specific detail, but he's also conflicted because he wants to know more about her. He wants to know more about how she sees the world. He wants to know more about her work. He wants to know all these things, and as he says in this scene right here, he doesn't say it out loud, but when he's dragging Yamada back to work, he thinks that if Yamada was literally any other way, that's why he imagined the whole scene with her being a normal high school student girl, a normal middle school student girl, was because if he sees her, if she was any other way than she currently is, as he says, he would not have fallen in love with her the way that he has. He's a bit conflicted right now, which I feel is going to lead to some great character development as we continue forward, because that conflict is going to continue to fester, and I feel like we're going to get some great moments out of that conflict, if you know what I mean by that. It's just, I think it's done really well overall. I think they very well portrayed that Ichikawa is both inferior, but extremely intrigued at the same time. So I think that's going to lead to some great character development down the line. And I kind of just wanted to come back in here and better put my thoughts out there, because I feel like I was kind of jumbled and all over the place in the initial recording, and now that I've had time to go back through the scenes, I think my thoughts are a lot more clear cut on what exactly this whole second segment of this episode was supposed to portray. Clear as day, it is supposed to portray that he feels completely inferior to Yamada in the way that she is much more mature, has a more mature outlook on things, which could go both ways. She is very childish in some situations, but yes, involving her work life and other things like that, she is more mature. Like if we go back to the movie scene where he's like freaking out because of the kiss scene, like all embarrassed, he looks over and sees her like very enthralled in the scene and very into the scene and not like overly embarrassed or anything, and he calls himself childish because of the way he reacted. There's a lot of good stuff going on. Inferiority complex as far as like he feels more childish compared to her, and but at the same time he is so intrigued because if she was any other way than she is, he would not have fallen in love the way that he has, and he is so intrigued about her outlook on life, her job, whatever it may be. So I think this is going to lead to some very good development as he tries to fight through that conflict in his head going forward. But anyway, we'll get back to the actual video now. I just wanted to come in here and kind of insert some of my current thoughts on the episode itself. The way that he told the manager we're not dating. I mean, they basically are. It just hasn't been like confirmed verbally, but they're basically dating. There is like there's no room for misunderstanding there. They are essentially dating. Like the manager is essentially right on the money in saying that they're dating, because they basically are. But then I wonder if this is also a thing that is gonna hold Ichikawa back going forward, is what the manager says here in saying that you know how your work will hinder, you know how your relationship will hinder her work, I imagine. A lot of interesting stuff. I'm sure this will continue to play out throughout the season. I'm sure this is going to be a point of interest and a point for character development to occur as we continue along. But overall, this was a peak episode. Whoever said this wasn't gonna be an amazing episode is just totally wrong. Like, calling this the weakest episode of the season, in my opinion, is just not true at all. I don't think there has been a weakest episode of the season. I think every episode has been peak. I think calling any episode of this season weak is just totally wrong in all regards. But overall, this was an utterly fantastic episode. And I think that is going to wrap up for my reaction to The Dangers in My Heart Season 2, Episode 5. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.